My name is Leonardo de la Mora Cáceres, and I was responsible for most of the part B of this assignment. The first part that I was responsible for was to create evaluate board. This function basically counts all of the cells in the grid, making sure that it's only counting the cells that are owned by a player. That means if the cell is zero, it's not owned by anyone. And I used this function get sign to return a positive number, in this case one, if the cell is owned by one of the player, and -1 if the cell is owned by the opponent, and 0 if it's not owned by anyone. In case that the opponent, in case of this is a terminal state board, this function will return a score based on the size of the grid, of this two-dimensional, this list of lists, making it suitable for larger or smaller boards as well, since it's based on the length of the board and uh, each element of the list. I was responsible also for the initializers of both classes, game tree and the node inside game tree. And there's this initializers of the game tree class uses a recursive method that I also implemented, where it has a base case, which is when we reached the end of the tree, the maximum tree height. And if that's not the case, it will continue to enter into loops. And in this loop, at the end of each loop, it will do a recursive call to continue to build the tree. And then I was also responsible for creating get move, which analyzes the best score based on the maximum score determined by the number of cells owned by the player in each board to return the best possible move, and then use it with the minimax function to then get to the fastest win possible.